right, we are here for day 2 at Inbound 2023 right here in Boston, Massachusetts. We had a massive day yesterday. I think we caught up with Oscar, who runs the HubSpot user groups. We caught up with Remington as well. Dom and I managed to catch a few of the sessions as well, really covering RevOps. I think we saw Stephen Bartlett. And we were very, very privileged last night to catch up with the guys from Aircall, have some dinner with them as well, and talk about, I guess, VoIP and what's happening into the future there. So I think we ended up getting down to bed at roughly around 11 o'clock last night, and straight up at 4 o'clock this morning with Rich from Six and Flow over at Barry's boot camp, I think it was. So I'm feeling a bit sore today, but ready for day 2. So today, day 2 today, what will it cover? Well, we're going to catch up with a few different people. I think we want to track down George B as well. I think that's the guy who started it all for me, I guess, when it came to video. I think we're going to catch up with Dan Moyle, I think, from Impulse as well, and a few other people. Also Kevin Dunn from HubSpot Academy is someone also I want to catch up with. So I guess it's a bit of an action-packed day. We've got a bunch of stuff to go through and see a bunch of people and I guess see a lot of the workshops that really cover AI, and also one of the areas I want to sort of focus on a bit is RevOps and how we're going to bring that into the agency as well. To polish it off, we've got drinks at the lawn, and we've got John Mulaney doing stand-up, which is one of my favorite comedians, so I'm pretty stoked about that as well. So let's get into it. Day 2 at Inbound 2023. All right, we are at the HubSpot Academy area. Do we say area?
Academy Space.
Academy Space, yeah. With the man, the myth, the legend, KD, I like to call you,
yes,
back
sir.
there. How you going?
It's good, man.
Kevin Dunn, by the way.
Yeah, Kevin Dunn, HubSpot Academy. Things are going good, man. Riding the wave, it's Inbound.
Yeah.
Best week of the year.
Yeah. I see you pretty much every year. This is one time. I see you on the Academy, on the certifications, but I see you in person once a year. I always like to sort of see what this year you're most excited about, like from what's been announced.
Well, I'll tell you this, dude. Inbound at this point feels like a high school reunion. You know, it's like you just see all your old friends. Like, what have you been doing over the last year? What's new? You know, everyone still looks good. You know,
a little bit older.
That's right. Yeah.
A little bit grayer.
Yeah, way grayer. Way grayer.
You are kidding.
I'm kidding, dude. Come on. You know, that's just the lights. But no, excited about a ton of stuff. Obviously, a lot of exciting products being launched within HubSpot. And so, as you guys may know, with the Academy team, right, the next step is to figure out how we're going to support, you know, our users and our learners with the educational content so they can go leverage all that stuff, right? So, yeah, some good content coming through.
Nice. Sure. You were talking a little bit before about, I guess, the paths discussion around the learning. Yeah. So you talk us a little bit about that and how that's kind of working out, and probably good use cases.
Yeah, so it's a blessing and a curse. We have a really, tremendous professor team who are responsible for, like, the content creation, right? And because they're so good, the library and the catalog of content available in the Academy app is growing, and it feels like exponentially, a ton of content in there. However, we know that it's never been harder to try and find the right education at times, or if I took course A, where should I now go? What's like the sequence of events within the Academy? Yeah. And so we're excited to announce we've recently launched it. We call it playlist functionality in the Academy app. So yourself or anybody on your team can pick a playlist of lessons, courses, and certifications in whatever sequence you'd want, and then that actually generates a unique URL that makes it shareable. So if I want to build a playlist of content that I think is valuable coming out of Inbound, and I send it to you, you can then access that in your portal and go through it in that order. So yeah.
Yeah, I think we personally at Neighborhood, we've always done the point where we'll go ahead and like get all the URLs and put them into a spreadsheet and then be like, okay, that's our place. So we're making it easier.
Yeah, yes sir.
Make it easier.
Exactly.
Nice.
And so I think there's some exciting enhancements coming to make it just easier to track and assign. You know, if I have a new hire joining my team, or if somebody's changing their function, or if there's like some sort of like growth plan to become a wider skill set or a different type of marketer, we're gonna have some additional analytics within there. So yeah, we're excited about it.
Nice. One last thing I want to get around is I think when we first met 6 years, I don't know how many years ago it was, we had a fairly small team, and now I think you mentioned there was over 70 people working in the Academy space.
That's it.
Like already?
Yeah, so we were small and mighty for a while, but the team's grown in a couple of different ways. So, most folks know our content creators, our professors, and we organize them by like topic or area of focus. So customer education, and that'll be through the product. We have solutions partner education, developer education, but we're also a global team now, and we launch content content and education in languages other than English. And so we have professors and content creators to support Spanish, German, French. And then we have a growing operations team that manages our systems, our content editing, and then we have a growing product team as well to work on things like playlists.
So a lot's changed.
Yeah, it's a wild ride. It's a wild ride.
I think there was maybe 6 certifications back in the day when I first started.
Yeah.
How many certs have we got now?
I think like at this moment in time, there's something like 40. And I would say maybe like 15 to 18 of those are gated for solutions partners.
Yeah.
So anyone tuning in that's not a partner might not be able to see all 40, but the full libraries, 40, 42, something like that.
Nice. And is there anything you wanted to, I guess, with this massive, huge audience that we've got,
yes.
I guess probably from a takeaway that we've got, I guess, from meeting people here at Inbound this year and maybe something to consider moving forward for the next 12 months of just what we've learned talking to people, but also from maybe some of the talks or some of the new product releases, something to consider for them to sort of take away?
So I'll tell you this, I'll do what I'm excited about and then a cheap plug.
Sure.
And so if you've been following along, a lot of functionality rolling out within the HubSpot product to help it make it customizable and extendable, right? I think CRM customization is just so critically important. I'm probably not the only person talking about that. And so if anybody's following HubSpot Academy, we're gonna support, right, that customization with education so people know how to make the CRM work for their business. But to support that as well, excited to announce that we're launching a boot camp. So Academy is boot camps, cohort-based learning. You join a group, over the span of a couple weeks. But the new one starting in 2024 will be CRM customization for developers.
Nice.
So again, cohort-based facilitated learning. Again, customization is the name of the game.
Nice.
So.
Hello, I am here with the guys from Avoma, one of my favorite SaaS platforms. I've been using them for years and years. I'm here with Mark. I've been speaking to you heaps on email. It's good to meet you in person.
Awesome. It is great to meet you.
Yeah.
Love it.
Okay, I mean, we spoke about this like day in, day out all the time about Avoma to our clients. I think we do emails out to a lot of our clients and tell them about how good it is. For those playing at home, do you want to tell people in a very short summary about what they do if they haven't seen any of our videos before?
Yeah, no, we are the #1 meeting lifecycle assistant, all powered by AI. And AI is in our DNA. We've been doing AI, just like I was telling you a few minutes ago, for 5-6 years.
Yeah.
Well before ChatGPT and this big AI craze, it has been the true DNA of what we've done. And when it comes down to it, what we want to do is enable sales, success, services, anyone that's talking to people, enable them to do what they love without all the busy work that you have, without taking tedious notes during meetings, without the follow-up that you need to do after a meeting, without trying to find all the details in your CRM. We automate everything going back into HubSpot. So how do we empower people with like superpowers through AI?
100%. Every time I mention it on a sales call, like they're super impressed. Like, and I kind of like almost show them, I share my screen and then show them like the call that we had before last time.
Yeah.
To summarize how we use it, in a sales, we might have a Zoom, well 99% of our calls are now Zoom, or phone call because we've got air call. Yeah.
Yep.
They're very
well. We
And then-
integrate with everyone.
And it'll go through and it'll transcribe the whole meeting that we've had. It'll tell me the percentage of how much I've spoken, how much they've spoken. It'll say the sentiment. It will talk through and summarize it all and basically pump it straight back into HubSpot, which is so good because I get distracted if I've got to like write notes while I'm listening and I'm like, I'm listening, but I'm not listening, but I want to make sure I take notes. Now I can just be super lazy and just not take notes at all. I'm not being lazy,
It's
but
not lazy. It's smart. You know, because I'm the same thing. Like I get distracted by squirrels.
Yeah.
Right? And what I love to do is talk to people. I love to talk to customers. I love to get into deep discussion around like what are their business goals, what are they trying to do. But on a call, if they say something interesting back in the day, I'd say, oh wait, hold on a sec. Let me write that down,
Yeah.
And now my brain is like thinking about something else and I'm detached from the real conversation.
Yeah.
So the same as you, like I don't take notes at all.
Yep.
I don't do anything. I engage with people. I let the AI give me the summary afterwards, and then I clean it up a little bit while it's still fresh. But I let the AI do like 90% of the work.
The only time I would take notes is I use the Zoom plugin for Avoma down the right-hand side. So I'll just write notes in there, which will go into the thing anyway. So
Oh yeah.
I'm selling it to
bookmarks.
you.
I know, this is great. You can even click the little bookmark button. You know, you can
to note that point of the conversation.
You can tag someone, so it's collaborative like a Google Doc. So if you have a solutions engineer on the call too, all you have to do is say, oh, hey, at Mike,
Yeah.
go in and check this out.
Yeah.
And they're on their Zoom app too, and they see right there they just got pinged.
Yeah.
So you can still use it, and you can use the manual piece as well.
Yeah.
Or you can be like fully lazy like
Yeah.
me and just
Not
let it
do
do
anything.
all the work.
I think one of the benefits too is sometimes I live on the Gold Coast and I drive to Brisbane, is that I think naturally okay, this is a really good piece of software, but the mobile app sucks. It doesn't. It's actually it's good, and like I'll almost listen to calls and listen back calls in the car on the way home and use the app, or not use the app while I'm driving. Not use it while I'm
course
driving,
not. No.
but be able to sort of listen to them anyway on Bluetooth while I'm like driving back down the coast.
Yeah.
So it's again, I'm very impressed. I'm the number one fan, actually.
I love it. This is
Cool.
great. I don't have to sell it.
I guess inbound, from the stuff that you've taken away from everything that's sort of come out, I guess there's obviously a lot around AI, so we probably don't need to touch that too much.
Yeah.
Is there anything specific that's exciting you or anything like that at all?
Yeah, I mean, what's excited me actually the most is just talking to a lot of people on the marketing side. Like, we talk to our ICP that we sell to the most is sales and services.
Yeah.
And we've been able to talk to so many people on the marketing side
Yeah.
around their problems and just learning more around the black hole that they have around voice of customer.
Yeah.
And it's a perfect use case, but we don't talk about it a lot. And it really has inspired me because I've talked to probably 100 people in the last 2 days, and they've all said, asking them, all right, how do you draft some of your marketing messaging? How do you really know what is going on at calls?
Yeah.
And they'll say, oh, sometimes I'll just join a live call with the sales rep. I'm like, don't you mine all the data that you have?
Yeah.
And people are like, well, we don't really have much data. We don't have, a tool like Avoma to go through and say, like, what are the trends? Like, what are the hot topics
Yeah.
that prospects are talking about? And how can you use that data to help drive your marketing messaging forward? Or even, how do you target the right people with the right messaging when you have really good, clean data?
All right, that is the wrap for day 2 here at Inbound 2023 here at Boston, Massachusetts. We've got to catch up with the guys at the HubSpot Academy, the guys at Avoma as well, which is really, really good. We got to see a few talks and see a few more software partners, which is really good. We're lucky enough as well to go ahead and see John Mulaney this afternoon, who's going to be on the main stage at the back there. I only saw him like 2 months ago, so I'm pretty stoked that I get to see him for a second time. And this time I don't have to pay for a ticket as well. For tomorrow, we didn't get to see George today, but we are going to get him nice and early so that we don't miss out on catching up with him. And there are a few more people that I'm probably going to try and catch up with before I get going. But tomorrow will be the last and final day for us here at Inbound 23. So looking forward to another day of doing at least 20,000 steps and then wrapping up for what has been an epic Inbound 23. So I'll see you guys tomorrow and have a good night.